In last class we have discussed functions of foreign exchange market. So in the last class I have mentioned that in next session we are going to discuss about factors determining or factors affecting exchange rate. Before going to discuss about factors affecting or factors determining exchange rate, we need to know what are the types of foreign exchange rates. There are two types of foreign exchange rate regimes. One is fixed exchange rate and another one is floating exchange rate. So fixed exchange rate is nothing but when a government or supreme authority in a country determines exchange rate between two different countries, that is the exchange rate between their own home country's currency and that of with the other country's currency, they determine the exchange rate. For example, for the financial year of 2021, if the Indian government determines or decides the exchange rate between India and US is $1 is equals to 70 rupees. Throughout the year it never changes. So this type of exchange rate is called as fixed exchange rate regime, and fixed exchange rate regimes are followed in only few countries. Majority of the countries in the globe follow or uh, they they follow floating exchange rate. So in today's session we are going to discuss different types of exchange rate regimes, and majorly two parts. One is fixed exchange rate and another one is floating exchange rate. So fixed exchange rate is nothing but they ask for 2 marks. Please do remember, they ask this topic for 2 marks. What do you mean by fixed exchange rate regime and what do you mean by floating exchange rate regime? So for 2 marks you can write, when a government or supreme authority of a country determines or fixes the rate of exchange for its own currency, it is termed as fixed exchange rate. This is also known as official rate of exchange, but those countries which are following floating exchange rate, they consider floating rate as a official rate of exchange. Fine. Then this definition is enough for 2 marks. When a government or supreme authority of a country fixes or determines the rate of exchange rate for its own or home currency, it is termed as fixed exchange rate. And fixed exchange rates are fixed by the respective governments from time to time for the betterment of their economy. So the economy is the base thing while determining the exchange rate, and this fixed exchange rate is determined for fixed time period, that is maybe for 3 months, maybe for 6 months, or maybe for a year, or maybe for 2 years or 5 years. So the time period is determined and fixed by supreme authority of a country or government. And when we talk about advantages of fixed exchange rate regime, it is very less risky because for those people who are exposed to exchange rate, if Indian government fixes the exchange rate between all those countries with the Indian rupee, those who are into import and export business, they know what is the exchange rate for this financial period 2021. Say for example, if I export goods for 2021 and I am going to receive my payment after 6 months, then I know what will be the exchange rate after 6 months. So this is the major advantage of fixed exchange rate. But there are some more advantage I have enlisted hereby. So the certainty in the sense we know what will be the exchange rate for next 1 year. So with a fixed exchange rate, firms will always know the exchange rate, and this makes trade and investment less risky. So certainty in the sense with a fixed exchange rate, firms will always know the exchange rate for future specific period. So the investment and trade in the sense import and export is less risky in case of fixed exchange rate. Absence of speculation. Speculation means it is related to those traders who speculate or who create artificial demand for certain currency, and when the exchange rate increases they sell it off. That is called speculation. Since the exchange rate is fixed for specific time period, there will be no speculation at all. And constraint on government policy. See, if the exchange rate is fixed, then the government may be unable to pursue extreme or irresponsible macroeconomic policies, as these would cause a run on the foreign exchange reserves, and this would be unsustainable in the medium term. See, macroeconomic policies in the sense, if in case government decides FDI, foreign direct investment, and foreign direct investment in terms of money, in terms of technology, in terms of machines, manpower, in terms of any other thing which expatriate from various other country to our country, that the volume of expatriation is decided by the government. Say for example, in retail business, government fixes if the foreign company would like to invest in India or would like to enter Indian retail market, then government fixes the amount which can they invest. So the cap, the government decides. Cap in the sense what will be the maximum amount that company can invest in India. So this is called cap in FDI, foreign direct investments. And those people who are into only investment purpose called foreign institutional investors, also called as FIIs. These things are macro in nature, because see, government decides on various platforms and on various economical terms. So this fixed exchange rate is constraint on government policies. And when we talk about disadvantages of fixed exchange rate, the economy may be unable to respond to shocks. A fixed exchange rate means that there may be no mechanism for the government to respond rapidly to balance of payment crisis. See, in the sense, under floating exchange rate system, the rate is determined purely on economic forces like demand and supply. But in case of fixed exchange rate, those economic parameters never work. So this is the major disadvantage, because if the rupee depreciates against dollar, then the exporter to USA gains. And we will discuss in broad, we will discuss elaborately about this currency appreciation and depreciation. And the other disadvantage is problems with reserves. That is, the government have to have keep certain amount of foreign currencies as a reserve whenever they need. See, if Indian government imports oil from various other countries, that is OPEC, oil production exporting countries, always India imports from OPEC, and the entire transaction has to be settled in US dollar. To pay in US dollar, Indian government has to keep certain amount of US dollar as a reserve. So under fixed exchange rate regime, it is not feasible for keeping reserves and all. And speculation, if foreign exchange markets believe that there may be revaluation or devaluation. Revaluation, when the home currency appreciates against other countries' currency, is called as revaluation. And again, we are going to discuss elaborately about revaluation and devaluation, and we will discuss the difference between the revaluation, devaluation, and depreciation, appreciation of a currency, etc. Then deflation. If countries with balance of payments, you all are aware, balance of payment, it is the difference between what we pay to other countries, that is what we import from other countries, and what we export to other countries. The difference will be considered as balance of payment, and if the import is more than export, then it is considered as deficit of balance of payment. So in case of fixed exchange rate, the countries with balance of payment deficit deflate their economies to try to correct the deficit. This will reduce the surpluses of other countries as well as deflating their own economies to restore their surpluses. This may give the system a deflationary bias. See, if you find it difficult to understand, once the offline classes starts, we are going to discuss again these topics. Whatever the topic you find it difficult, we will discuss again. Then policy conflicts. The fixed exchange rate may not be compatible with other economic targets for growth, inflation, and unemployment, and this may cause conflict of policies. This is especially true if the exchange rate is fixed at a level that is either too high or too low. See, while determining the exchange rate, government may consider or may not consider all the facts and figures which are directly correlate to country's economy. So while determining, and the rate is determined for next specific future period, so we never know what are the macroeconomic things are going to happen in future. So while determining the exchange rate, government or supreme authority has to anticipate all the future events. So this is what the disadvantages, and in next class we are going to discuss about floating exchange rate. That is, floating exchange rate, any government never determines the exchange rate between two currencies. Under floating exchange rate, the exchange rate between two currencies are determined or calculated on the basis of economic forces such as demand and supply. And once we discuss floating exchange rate, we can elaborately discuss about factors determining exchange rate. Factors why demand and supply varies for certain countries' currency. We are going to discuss in next class. Next class, we will elaborately discuss about what is floating exchange rate and what are its features. Thank you.